And welcome back, folks. Welcome back to this Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot. I'm Supersonic SJM. We're going to pick this up right where we left off. We're going to go straight back into the high road. And so I'm recording this now in mid-July. So by the time I start recording this, the Insane Trilogy has been out for at least a couple of weeks. By the time it goes live, it should be a little bit longer. Hopefully not that much longer. But I imagine most of you will have had the opportunity to pick it up, if not at the very least have a play of it. And I would hope you all agree that the job that Vicarious Visions and Activision has done with the game has been absolutely phenomenal. They have well, from what I can tell, personally, because I imagine some people might disagree on this point, they have not spoiled those games at all. They've done a really good job in bringing them into the modern day. They have pretty much just taken the originals, applied a bit of polish and sparkle to them, and for the most part left it unchanged. I say most part. There are some minor tweaks, particularly to the original game, which for the most part I think has made the game easier. I won't go into those points. The one I will go into, I think the general consensus is it's made it a lot harder. And that one point has been the jumping mechanics and how the collision works in the Insane Trilogy. Oh, let's just... there we go. Yeah, how the jumping mechanics work in the Insane Trilogy. I think a lot of people feel that the jumping mechanics are now somewhat worse, at least when it comes to the original Crash Bandicoot in the new trilogy. My friend Tasty Carcass has done a little post on Reddit, which has been linked by quite a few gaming journalists actually, as to why he thinks the mechanics are different and what he thinks the cause of it is. I'll be honest, given what I've read, I think his view is perfectly sound. I totally agree with it, and it makes a lot of sense to me. So what I will do, because it is certainly an interesting read, I will try and grab a link to what he said, and I'll post it in the description. Those of you who are interested can certainly take a look and see what you think. But yeah, I think for the most part the game is certainly much better. As I say, it is mostly a visual upgrade. There are some mechanical changes, not many. The only thing I think that detracts is the new jumping mechanics, but it's one minor point, and I think it adds a new level of challenge to the game that wasn't there before. Someone like me, if they went into the Insane Trilogy and they played with the new mechanics, they would find the game incredibly easy. As I say, there are a lot of new mechanics which I think make the new game a lot easier. Whereas, if it was done with this new jumping mechanic in mind, which it has done, I'm not going to get all these. Okay, I'm going to leave most of those. Good job it's not the Insane Trilogy, because that would have been a problem. As I was saying, I think if the jumping mechanics weren't different, it would possibly be quite easy. So, to an extent, I think the fact that they are different is in some ways a benefit, even though a lot of people won't agree. However, it does also leave quite a few points where you can be playing the game and it does feel a little bit cheap, in that you can die and it's like it's not your fault, and it's you're trying to work with muscle memory, and I can see a lot of people getting frustrated. New players, on the other hand, possibly won't notice a difference unless they go back and play the original. At which point they might find the original is somewhat easier due to the way the new jumping mechanic works. So I think it's very much a mixed bag. I'm kind of waffling on here and going on a tangent. Overall, it's a mixed bag. I've just overwritten the same save and I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. It's a mixed bag. I personally don't think it detracts from the game overall, but I can see why some people might be a bit miffed with it. But those people who are saying, I never remember Crash Bandicoot being this hard, clearly have rose-tinted glasses, because the original was very hard. Very, very hard. And it's nice to see that in this modern day, even something which by today's standards would be a relatively easy and simple game, still has a lot of difficulty and still can get a frustration out of even experienced players. So all I'm going to say is kudos to Vicarious Visions, kudos to Activision. They've done an amazing job. I love the Insane Trilogy, and I hope, fingers crossed, it leads to a remake of Crash Team Racing, because that game, possibly one of the best kart racing games out there, and yes, I would even say it's better than Mario Kart. The only one that might be better than it, and I do have a biased view, as I'm sure a lot of you will know why, is All Stars Racing Transformed. But aside from that, I think Crash Team Racing, is one of the best kart racing games on the market, quite easily. So I think if that got a remake, and if they do the same level of polish and apply the same ideology and the same attitude towards remaking that as they do with the Insane Trilogy, I think that's going to be absolutely phenomenal as well. So here's hoping they come to remaking that. But moving on, so we're now midway through Slippery Climb, which in this version of the game is meant to be one of the hardest levels on Crash Bandicoot. Honestly, I played this on my Vita for the first time in a few years recently, going in with the mindset that everyone reckons it is the hardest level. I can see why. It is an incredibly difficult level. However, on my first try, bearing in mind I haven't played this level in a few years, I did manage to do it in one go. Oh, sorry, I got 75% of the way in one go. So, luckily I've not hit a checkpoint, so don't have to worry about quitting out and going back in. So, we'll just traverse this again. So, it is mostly about patience, is this level. Just analyse things, take your time. Just be very, very sure with your jumping. Yes, there are going to be some tricky points. So earlier, before I died, you noticed some rotating platforms where there was a little sort of doorway with a couple of boxes in. You're just going to be careful about how you time your jumps with that. So this part here, if you get in like that, and then just as it's about to... Oh! Be very, very careful as well about how you land that. One of the problems you've got with that is that it might sometimes look like you're not quite going to land it. So just be very careful about how you walk back onto it, because 1 second too far and you go running instantly off the side of that. So let's try and get back to that again. Hopefully we can land it better this time. Oh! I'm not having a good start, am I? Whew. It's a good job I've not picked up a checkpoint. Right. Focus. So. Now, obviously, you can see that a lot of the gaps, you aren't necessarily going to fall due to a bottomless pit, but in their place you've got spikes, so no more dangerous than normal. So don't let the spike protrusions that are decorating the wall, don't let them put you off. It's honestly no different than if you just fall down the hole anyway. Either way, you're going to end up with the same result, unless you've got a mask, but even then, it's unlikely that you'll be able to recover. There we go. For safety, I would advise if you are using one of the birds to get over a gap, hold X as you land on it, because you will need that extra lift, as it were, to get across. And it's better to use that extra lift and have a bit more airtime to plan where you're going to land than have less and potentially not make the jump. Okay, so we're roughly back to where we were before. So these ramps here that turn into steps, you want to wait until this point and then jump on them. Oh. Now that was very lucky. I'm not going to do it there because obviously they've gone down then, as you've just seen. Now I will get up them. Okay. So we are pretty much now back at where we once were. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. So just keep a keen eye out. And we're up. Oh, there we go. So honestly, moments like that, again, it's all about timing. Just time your jumps correctly and you'll be fine. And we should now be hitting our first checkpoint, as you can see. So, just pop up there. Okay. Now I've got to be really careful, because if I die here, I've got to do the whole level again. Now these rotating platforms are a bit weird because they don't do a normal circular motion. You've got to be really careful as well, because one false step there and that would have been the end of me. So, now we've got the lab assistance. Oh, try that again. Let's not jump on it whilst it's down. So we've got the lab assistance. Just avoid the explosions and get in and spin them. They're not too difficult. Okay, there we go. So this is roughly where I got up to when I was playing on my Vita. So we're about the 75% mark here. It's actually not much further to go from here. Right. Oh! Son of a... Okay, folks. I'll cut it here. And I will get us back to that point where we got up to. I will be right back. Okay, and we're back, folks. So this is roughly where I died. Hopefully, little prisoner there won't grab me again. I'm just going to very carefully... get lost. Right, so, back where we were. So we're not far off the end now. It's just a question... Oh, now you're giving me a mask. Oh, and... Okay. Onto the Brio round we go. So... Not too fussed, to be honest, that I missed the first one. Okay, never mind. I got some lives out of that. Not particularly fussed. Right, so we're not far off the end now. So, as long as I play my cards right and just take things very carefully. Very, very carefully. Oh, okay. So, I want to jump into that about there. Right. Oh. Oh! And... Oh, just managed to rescue that there. Thank God for the mask. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just one more challenge left. I'm just going to get rid of him. And now... that slippery climb. What's this, mate? Got more swag? Got myself a red gem in the bag? I'm sorry, I'll never rhyme again. Well, I'm not going to promise to that, but... okay, that was a bad rhyme. Let's forget that ever happened, shall we? Okay. Next level. So we're on to... oh... we're on to Lights Out. Which is an annoying level. So every Crash Bandicoot has a level where it's in darkness and you need to find some sort of light source to light the way. In Crash 2 and 3 they're not too bad. In Crash 1 they are particularly annoying, and the reason for that is your masks, your Aku Aku masks, are your light source. Which is fine because they are littered throughout the level. However, there are drawbacks. It affects the hit point system because... oh, let's just try that again, shall we? It affects your hit point system. I don't think you can get 2 hits. I'm not 100% on that. But one thing you definitely can't get is invincibility. So for example, I've already got 3 masks here. And as soon as I hit this guy, it's just going to light up the way. It is not going to give me invincibility at all. Which kind of sucks, really. Because this is one level where it's certainly easy to get invincibility. On top of that, and I think this is the same with Crash 2 and 3, your light source only lasts for so long, and things like that are certainly no help, because that means I've got to rush through to get to the next mask. Oh, don't want to jump down there yet. Which is also the other reason why I take out the life box before I move on, because it means I'm spending less time running for the next mask box. So, what have I got? Right, I'm going to use the sides to my advantage here. Oh, that was a little bit lucky, I'm not going to lie. And we made it straight through in 1 life. Okay, I don't think I did too bad there, all things considered. Oh, 3 boxes. I can't remember if this needs a gem or not. Okay, so I do need another gem. Not got it yet, so that's fine. We'll just have to come back to this level later. We'll move on. So we'll go into Jaws of Darkness. Now, Jaws of Darkness is the second level that's in the style of Temple Ruins, and I do quite like these levels. So as you can see there, I got however many masks in the last level, and it's given me 1 mask for Jaws of Darkness. So, yeah. That's one of the main things that suck about the Lights Out levels. Now, I think there is one more level of that style. I think it's the one that requires the key, though, if I remember correctly. But we shall see. Let's just proceed through this level, shall we? So, not really much I can add to how to play this level. You're more or less using the same tactics and the same logic as Temple Ruins. Just keeping an eye on what's ahead of you. You've got the obvious advantage that you didn't have in Lights Out, in that at least you can actually see where you're going. Which, considering it's called Jaws of Darkness, I find pretty ironic, really. Ooh, that was I think I messed with the collision a little bit there. Okay. Oh, not over a gap. Okay, I'll take that. We'll just wait for the flame to go again. And... oh, okay. So we've got a Cortex token, which means that we have a key to acquire in this level. that was a bit close. So, we need to be ready to get the key for this level. Oh, okay. So we've got the first gem path that we'll ever come across, which is the blue gem path. Now here's the thing. Is this the way we need to go to get the box gem? I'm hoping this game does not stuff me in here. Oh, okay. All I'm going to say here, guys, is be a little bit careful while you've got the mask, because, yes, handy as it is to have invincibility, you've still got to be very precise with your jumps, because these platforms are not big, and one wrong move. Okay, so now that I'm a little bit safe on that platform, one wrong move could mean death. I'm just going to spin through these boxes just because it's a little bit easier. There we go. Right. Ooh, that was a little bit close to the edge to my liking. Just keep jumping. Oh, okay. Okay, that's that platform done nicely. Oops. Okay, I've not lost anything there anyway, so got all that stuff. And we are now back to the main path. Now I'm just gonna... Oh. Let's just see what happens if I try and get to the end of the level, shall we? Okay, not going to chance getting any more Wumpa Fruit out of that. Oh, that was a bit close. I am severely hoping I've not missed any boxes by doing the blue gem route. I would hope Naughty Dog wouldn't be that much of a dick with their game design. Come on, let the flame go out, and over we go. Now, we've got one to the left here. As you can see, another route to take. Okie dokie. Second Cortex token. Again, I'm hoping here that... Oh! No, we're not going to miss anything, thank God for that. Right, so... That's taken us nicely back to our path. Come on, get on the box. There we go. So we've got 2 of each type of token now. And we'll just... And we've got our bonus round. Okie dokie, so... What have we got here? So far looking nice and simple. Okay. That wasn't a nice trap. Carry on. Oh! And we just made that across. Okay, not going to risk that, so sadly lost a life there, but finish up with a nice extra 2 lives at the end. Very nice. And we're over 3/4 of the way through now. Blimey. Half the gems, half the keys, most of the levels done. At least if we were just playing through them. We will have to go back quite a few of them. Okay. And we are now facing the end of the level. So I'm hoping that blue gem path meant I didn't miss anything. Oh dear, okay. One box. Huh. Castle machinery. How many more levels have I got? 1, 2. About 3 more. I'm going to play that again because that one box will irk me. And it wasn't a particularly difficult level, so we'll go over that again. And we'll find that missing box because I want the gem. And it saves me having to do it later. Get it out of here. So the question is, where's the missing gem? I think it's potentially down the route that I didn't take when I went down the blue gem path. So, when we see the blue gem route, I need to remember to go on just a little bit, just to see what was ahead. Now then, let's get invincible. Come on, let me through. Let me through. Thank you. And that was a nice, easy trip through that part of the level. So it was around here, I think, that we had the blue gem. And we can get through this bit now with keeping both our masks, which is quite handy. That's right, that bit doesn't... Definitely nothing up there, which is good. Okay. Just let him pop back up again. And it's around here. Whoa, these are moving faster than I remember. I'll cut back to where the blue gem point is, guys. Leave it with me. Okay, and we're back, folks. So, let's just proceed a little bit on... Oh. That, I think, is the spider. So... Okay, interesting. So we didn't miss anything that way. So where's this extra box, then? Ah! Up there. Having said that, thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I didn't get the Cortex level last time. So is that the extra box? Right, there's nothing else up there. Let's just carry on. I'm hoping it's that up there, because that would make things massively easier. Again, be careful with your invincibility, folks. You still gotta be very careful with jumping. However, breaking the boxes here should be a little bit easier because we'll let the mask do all the work. Okay, definitely nothing on top of there as well. Oops. Let's just, because I might still be able to jump on top of that box. I can indeed. So, definitely didn't miss anything there. Okay. So now back to the main route again. So I'm hoping I've got the one box that I missed, but I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I didn't do the Cortex level on the last attempt, which leads me to think that the one box that's missing is the Cortex box. Ah, no, wait, hang on, that's where the Cortex token is. We'll get the gem, and what I will do is I will go back for the key later and I'll cut that in. But that, there was a question mark box there, which means that's probably where the Cortex token is. And that's why I didn't do it, because the TNT will have blown it up. But I imagine now, once I've completed the level, I should get the gem. So we'll just wait for this to go. So, I think now I've got a gem. There we go. Yep, so it was that one box that was on top of the metal crate at the start of the blue gem path. So, I'm going to cut it here, guys. I'm going to try and get the Cortex token again. I'll cut straight back to when we get the Cortex token. And then we'll move straight on to the key level, because that will unlock. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay folks, we're back into the Cortex round now, so we made it back here, and we start off with a little bit of box jumping. So we're just going to wait a couple of seconds here, jump over, and we've got a nice safe landing. So this bit's not going to be quite as easy. And we're over. And that is the key collected. So, gonna duck out of this level. I'll see you at the new unlocked level. And welcome back, folks. So, we're now at Fumbling in the Dark, which I believe is the second Lights Out style level that I was mentioning earlier. So, we'll do this level. Now, the fact that it's that far back, I'm just going to quickly grab the mask. Oh, that's just not nice. Okay, that's just wrong. That's just cruel. That's really cruel. Okay, well, at least we know this box is here. So, as long as I am very careful, just keep smashing them. Okay, so let's proceed. So again, mostly the same logic applies, although the developers have been a little bit sneaky here and stuck some boxes right at the start, which you would have missed under normal circumstances. Oh! Okay. Let's try that again. I'm just gonna take one of these just so I can see what's going on. And we'll start again. So, carrying on from where we were. So again, same logic. You've got to try and make it to the next mask. Take a bit of care though. I'm going to hang around here because we know what's coming. And it means I've got longer with the mask. Just hang here. Hit that, so we'll have to go again. The other thing as well about hiding boxes here is that it's quite a tricky jump to do. That's a really, really horrible trick by the developers there. Well played, Naughty Dog, well played. Oh, maybe a bit too soon there. Or maybe not. Could be okay. Come on, come back this way. There we go, right. Now we can progress forward. And there's the next mask, so we'll just wait for the... There we go. Keep pressing on. Double axes. The logic with the axes applies similar to the Whoa! Okay. As I was saying, the logic to the axes is the same as the rollers in the jungle roller levels. Just jump through when you've, but not like that. Jump through when you've got a good second to pass. This is what I mean by they are tricky jumps, especially because I have to use a D-pad here, which... Whoa! There's also apparently collision on the inside of the door frame, which doesn't help, because I'm catching on that collision. Right. Oh... There we go. There we go. Right. Moving on. So, yeah. They basically have the same collision as the jungle rollers, just treat them the same. And you should be fine. We'll just run straight through. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, this could be a problem. No, it couldn't, because I can see it right there in front of me. We're fine. We are fine. And... okay. Now I've got to be careful about dying. And I've got to be precise with jumps and watch out for spiders as well, apparently. Okay. Oh, that was a bit of a close one. And there's the next mask. Just jump over that. Oh, really? Come on. There we go. Oh, what? What? Okay. That's not a good sign, because that means that I'm gonna have to rush on to make sure I either make it to the end or to the next mask. Which, I'm not liking those odds. I'm playing this very lucky now. I'm getting a lot of jammy hits in. Oh! For real? Right, I can't tell where this is. Okay. I'll cut back to when I'm here, folks. Okay, folks, and we're back. So, this is where we checkpointed last time. And my light source is already running out. Oh, that was a bit lucky. But I'm now a bit concerned that I've got that little bit extra distance to run to get to the next mask. Oh, 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 oh! Really? I wasn't that far off the end? Blimey. Well, another gem in the bag. Bye-bye. 82%. Okay. So we've not got that many more levels left to go now. So, got castle machinery, lab will be about there, embryo. I'm going to leave it here, folks, because I've been recording quite a while. It might be a short episode this week due to all the editing I've got to do. But there's not that many levels left to do before we go back over the previous ones. Whether they'll be split into 2 episodes or not, I don't know. We'll see how well I do at them. But I'm going to cut it off here. We've got the lab, we've got castle machinery, we've got embryo to go. And then we'll have the final episode where you've got a choice as to which ending you want. But until then, I've been Supersonic SJM, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!